outside the Roundhouse in Vancouver. Welcome back to The Express. Coming up, we're going to take you back inside for more of the Louis Riel Day celebration. But right now, we're celebrating Musqueam Nation's Deborah Sparrow, designer of the Olympic hockey jerseys.
For Deborah Sparrow, weaving is not just an art form, it's a representation of the Musqueam people. 24 years ago, she and her sister went on a journey to find themselves.
We used to have deep conversations about our community and where was the visual. Because we grew up here, we were proud to come from here, but there was just something missing. We set out on a journey to really research and find what was a part of our history and culture here, and we found the blankets. Once we began to weave, reteach ourselves, revive the work, we found that this kind of work was done everywhere in the world. So it connects us, tabby, twine, and twill. Pretty basic. However, the looms are all different.
Her work is displayed all over town, and she's well known in the Musqueam community. But now, it's not her weaving making headlines.
He took the time to put the panels together and bring them up, and he called me a few times and said, "What do you think?" And I said, "Well, I know the perfect person."
Earlier this year, with help from her sister and a good family friend, Deborah was picked to work with Nike to design the Olympic hockey jerseys.
I felt really strong that if I teamed with Nike and we did this designing together, of course, people would really have the opportunity to see us on a level they've never seen before.
Were there specific images that you definitely wanted to make it in the jersey?
You know what? I just sent 8 images thinking they'd choose one. They did all of them.
The jersey's maple leaf is embedded with traditional Musqueam illustrations. Deborah's intention was to show those watching the games that Canadian athletes are connected to a strong heritage.
We embrace people when we celebrate and we potlatch. So this is our way of embracing, and not only the people coming, but Canada as well. What am I going to feel when I see Team Canada skate on the ice? I'm going to feel not only moved by it, but moved back in time, and I'm going to ask my ancestors to come and stand there with us and celebrate what we've always wanted to celebrate, that we're equal to Canada, and that all of us can celebrate and share together in this wonderful journey that we've been on.
I think what she's done for our community and for our people is that she's put us on the map in more ways than one.
There's many cultures represented here, and my mother's Scottish Norwegian, and she was always a very honourable person living in our community, and this is for her as well, and for all the community and the families, and making Vancouver a family as well. So that's what I'm going to feel.
In Vancouver, I'm Melanie Panetta for The Express.
Deborah's work continues to evolve. Working with the jerseys got her interested in graphic design, and her next medium will be a little more industrial. It's steel. Not for those jerseys, though, which you can find at the Nike stores. Now, do you know where in Vancouver you can find authentic traditional foods from First Nations communities across Canada? Not just at kitchen tables, but also at the VCC.
We had it in. We've reduced it by half.
The Aboriginal Culinary Arts program at Vancouver Community College is in its 2nd year.
The program is 12 months long. It runs basically for the first 8 months the same format as the mainstream program. So we do baking, we do egg cookery, we get into meat cutting. So they have the same skill set as any student leaving Vancouver Community College. They have the same employable skills, but they have an added touch with the Aboriginal cuisine.
It's actually amazing. I've always listened to my grandmother and sat down and saw her make bannock, and I've always wanted to do that. Actually, my background's law, so this is actually different for me because I've always watched cooking shows on TV, and I've always wanted to do that. But this is Aboriginal food. That means a lot to me.
I wasn't really too much into my culture when I was younger, so I'm trying to get in touch with some of that right now. We just did candied salmon today. That was awesome. Good experience.
It's not bad. Oh, I know it's not bad.
It's amazing. I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of like we're one big family. I'm really liking it.
Chef Ben Chennai brings 30 years of cooking expertise to the program he designed, as well as a few other ingredients. I'm
Korean French from Manitoba. I left Manitoba when I was 9, 10 years old, but I grew up hunting, fishing as a young kid, 8 years old, going out in the woods with a .22, shooting a rabbit, a pheasant, You know, having a bannock that my mother baked, roasting it over an open fire. I didn't have as much value for that experience then as I do now. Like, it was an amazing experience.
He is committed to applying modern culinary tools and techniques to traditional Aboriginal cuisine.
Once it's seared and then caramelized, you'll flip it over and add your mirepoix to it, and then slowly add your sauce to it. So we've dried these berries out a little bit, dried the meat off for a while, and you're just going to rub that all over, and we're going to put it in the smoker downstairs for a little while. We could just hang it from here, right? There were reasons we used to smoke fish or dry meat. You know, you had no refrigeration way back when, right? So taking those recipes and just moving them forward. We have a beautiful smoker downstairs. We put a very light smoke on it, and then you can enjoy other foods. So adapting it to modern day palates and using cooking techniques that we've learned as cooks, as chefs.
And the results are delicious.
Yeah, this is what my family grew up on. We didn't eat much beef or chickens, deer and fish, elk, moose. I try and go home as much as I can. I get really homesick being here in the big city. So they're loving. I've always cooked for them, but now I can cook a little bit better.
In Vancouver, I'm Kendall Harris for The Express.
During the summer, the students of the Aboriginal Culinary Arts program will run a lunch restaurant called the Wild Salmon at the downtown VCC campus. And you can find out more on that, plus detailed program information and career prospects at the VCC website. And what can you find out up next on The Express? Well, we have a little bit of fiddling, a little dancing, and even some bull riding. After the break, the Louis Riel Métis Dancers, Rodeo and the Lilwat Nation. You're watching local TV on The Express.
If you're a fan of courage, if you admire determination, if you're impressed by grace under pressure and can't help but share in the joy of victory, then you're already a fan of Special Olympics. Why not make it official? Volunteer, donate, or participate, and be a fan of inspiration, dignity, and acceptance. Special Olympics. Be a fan.
Welcome back to The Express at the 4th annual Louis Riel celebration with Maddie, one of the dancers. First of all, you look amazing.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So tell us about the dance that you're doing today. What is it and what does it mean?
It's going to be a bunch of jigging, and I've been jigging since I think I could walk. I grew up in northern Saskatchewan. So we're going to be dedicating it to Louis Riel, who Louis Riel is the Métis leader. The Red River Jig is one of the very strong dances in the Métis culture. So what you'll see is we'll be doing a basic step, a basic jigging step, and then the music will change, and it's very crooked. You don't know when it's going to change, right? The fiddle player is just going to change it on you. So you have to really listen, and then you'll do a second change, and then your feet will change to a different, and then you'll go back. So it's back and forth, and that's the Red River Jig.
Oh, that's fantastic. And you just have to be ready to go.
Ready, and it's fast. They could be going fiddling slow, and if they go faster, you have to keep up with them.
Okay, well, good luck. I don't think I could keep up with you.
Thank you. It's very good cardio.
If you think this makes us out of breath, wait until you see what a group of students from the Height Olo Community School in Mount Currie are doing. I tell you, it's part of their school curriculum, and that's no bull.
Relax your mind, think about having fun.
Easy enough to say, but not always easy enough to put into practice when warming up for the ride of your life. Bullfighter William Williams leads a group of Lilwat students from the Hitlo Community School in Mount Currie. Keeping limber and loose is going to help Andrea Wallace on her ride.
This is going to be my first time riding a bull. I'm not that nervous and I'm not that scared because I've seen other people get on a bull and they make it look easy.
After 2 days of classroom time, this cowgirl is already putting on her spurs and suiting up.
Getting on the bull and saying and nodding your head, saying that you're ready. That's probably the part I'm going to be scared on.
Okay, we got a cowgirl coming on in here.
Being eased onto a 1,000-pound bull penned up in a tiny chute takes its toll on Andrea's nerves.
All right.
But assistant Theodore Wallace eases her panic, and suddenly she gives the go-ahead.
Yeah.
Go for it, guys.
Get over front!
Just more confidence than anything to get on these bulls. It's more of a mind game for the animal and yourself. How tight do you want it?
Students toughed it out ride after ride, with support staff keeping them as safe as possible.
I'm a bullfighter. My job is to go out there and step in front of the bull when the cowboy falls off. We just try and have fun with it and make it as safe as possible for the bull riders. We're just trying to get them on and get them some confidence, so that hopefully they keep on riding after they come to one of our schools here.
With 2 years of riding under his belt buckle, Gage leapt out of the chute like a pro, sticking a 9-second ride.
I would like to be a professional bull rider, just like everybody else wants to be.
School owner Bert Williams is helping kids like Gage realize his dreams. This traditional practice of the Liwat Nation is not only building riders, but character as well.
I think it's really good for the students or the young people, to have something like bull riding. You learn so much from it. You have to overcome your fears, and I think they can probably become stronger young people through bull riding.
Each time they let their fear out of the gate.
Bert says the students are lucky to have a school so close to home because he used to have to travel all the way to Saskatchewan to train. Yeah, that's a bit of a trek. So we're going to keep our culinary and cultural day trips a little closer to home with today's Express Spotlight. This guided group tour takes you and your taste buds from Vancouver along the Sea to Sky corridor all the way to the Squamish-Lil'wat Cultural Centre in Whistler. Your guide will share the history of the traditional territories. Get a glimpse into the lives of BC's First Nations people at Kiapilano, the First Nations Cultural Centre at Capilano Suspension Bridge. Traditional weaving and beadwork is also demonstrated throughout the day. This year on World AIDS Day, Awake Vancouver supports Canada's Aboriginal people. The event hopes to raise money for people living with HIV/AIDS, meal programs, and more. And that's it for today's Express First Nations Arts and Culture Special. I'm Johanna Ward, and on behalf of all of us on the Express, thank you so much for watching. We look forward to seeing you next time. And we're going to leave you with a look at the local art scene, the new exhibit at the Bill Reid Gallery.